I'm Mark, and in my first Beatles vlog, I'd like to talk about the Let It Be album. Next year, 2020, marks the 50th anniversary of this album's original release in April 1970. Perhaps there'll be a super deluxe box set of the album, as there has been recently for Sgt. Pepper, the White Album, and Abbey Road. Be that as it may, I'd like to talk now about the two versions of this album that we do already have. So the original album from 1970, the Let It Be album, and the more recent stripped down album, Let It Be Naked, released in 2003. Now I think there are good and bad points about both these albums. With the original album, I love the running order. Maybe that's just familiarity, but I think it's a perfect order, starting with Two of Us and ending with Get Back. The new version begins with Get Back and ends with Let It Be, which just seems to me wrong, but others may take a different view. I also like in the original album the spoken extracts. So for me, the album ought to begin with John Lennon saying, "I Dig a Pygmy" by Charles Hawtrey on the Deaf Aids, Phase 1, in which Doris gets her oats. And it ends with him thanking the audience and hoping that the band pass the audition. Now that is just great. I love those bits. And so to me, the Let It Be Naked album is weaker because it doesn't have them. Also, the original Let It Be album has got two songs which don't appear on the Let It Be Naked. That is Maggie May and Dig It. They do appear in the sort of fly on the wall bonus disc on the later album, but they're not part of the origin of the whole album, and that to me is a loss. Having said that, the Let It Be Naked has a bonus song of Don't Let Me Down, which is a point in its favour. Also, the original album has the Phil Spector production with his sort of lush strings and choirs, which do spoil some of the songs, particularly The Long and Winding Road. The simpler stripped back version on Let It Be Naked, which features Billy Preston on the keyboards, is beautiful, and it's just such a superior version to the one on the original album. So there are good and bad points about both of them. So what I've done, using the iTunes playlist feature, is to take bits of both and put together my own album, which to me gives you the best of both worlds. So, in the album version that I've put together, there were 13 tracks in all, 8 of which come from the original Let It Be album, and 5 of which come from Let It Be Naked. And so they go like this. So it starts with John and his I Dig a Pygmy, and then goes into Two of Us from the original album, then Dig a Pony from the original album, then Across the Universe from Let It Be Naked, with that kind of spacey ending to it, which I quite like, and I think John would have liked, perhaps. Then I Me Mine from the Naked album, then Dig It from the original album, Let It Be from the Naked album, Maggie May from the original Let It Be, then Don't Let Me Down from Naked album. So that's like the midpoint. That's the end of side 1. So it seemed a good place to put in that extra song, Don't Let Me Down from Let It Be Naked. Then the beginning of side 2, I've Got a Feeling from the original album, One After 909 from the original album, The Long and Winding Road from Let It Be Naked, For You Blue from Let It Be, and finally Get Back from the original Let It Be album. So that to me is the perfect version of Let It Be. But maybe next year, if we get a super deluxe set, I might have a different view, depending what's on it, and I might put together a new playlist. What do you think? Do you agree with me? Or maybe you'd like to put your own version together? Thanks for listening. I'm Mark, and this has been my first Beatles vlog. Thank you very much. Goodbye.